WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have something exotic that is Dingle from Ireland. This is Briana's choice. This was the Austria Edtion, and this was cask number 68, triple distilled Irish whiskey sherry cask. Whiskey base number 126099. 306 bottles worldwide. I got one of these. 219 euros is what I paid for this at an auction from the UK, and then it was sent over here. Mario Prince has a daughter. He's from the pot still in Austria. Her name is Briana, and so it was named after her. 57.3% cask strength. This was cask number 68 of the 500 founding fathers of Dingle. Oliver Hughes was the founder of the distillery, who's now passed away, unfortunately, and he actually had the possibility for 500 people to actually buy one of those founding casks. It could either be a port wood, a sherry wood, or a bourbon wood cask. Now, I've had the sherry woods, I've had the bourbon woods, but I haven't had a Dingle port wood yet. Have you? I don't think I've seen any out there, and I've been trying to keep up with the Founding Fathers releases here at the moment. All right, very, very good. 2013 distilled, 2019 bottled, and this was a very limited release down in Austria. Somehow the bottle made it to the UK, and the UK made it back to Germany, and I bought it, so you can see how many hands it went through before it got to me, so it was much higher priced than it had to have been would I have gone to Vienna or wherever the pot still is down in Austria and bought it directly there. But hey, I did not have the opportunity. All right, what I'm going to compare it to is the Palace Bar. This is from Dublin. This was cask number 72. This is 68. Now, if someone can help me, please. This is cask number 72 CEDS. I don't think I researched this. I don't remember what the CEDS means, because every time I try this, it's like, wow, this is not what I expect from Dingle. Now, Dingle for me is Hawaiian Punch. I don't know, but I've had Dingle batch number 1, 2, 3, 4. I've had the single pot still, batch 1. I've had the second release. I've had at least 6 different founding fathers so far. I've had some Dingle sons and daughters. So I think I'm the person who's had the most whiskey reviews on YouTube so far about Dingle. And I don't know if I have ever had anything called a CEDS, because every time I try the Palace Bar edition here, I get a very, very artificial flavor. Now, the true character of a great Dingle is Hawaiian Punch. Hawaiian Punch with a lot of fruity notes in there. And that's what I got in batch 1. I almost got in batch 2. Batch 3 was a little bit, and then it started going off to the tangent. And batch 4 was a little bit of an insult to my taste buds. They rushed it. They put it out way before they should have. Hopefully the new distiller, which would be Graham Cullen from Glenmurray, who spent the last decade plus there, he's going to actually try to manage that in a much better way. And oh, by the way, do not be surprised if Dingle actually wants to expand in the future in order to accommodate the ideas of Graham, as well as to accommodate the big, big fan community out there for Dingle. It's amazing how they've set up this community and how the fans and the people out there are just eagerly awaiting every single release and praising everything and anything Dingle puts out there, which I have not done. I love some of their great products, and I am deeply, deeply disappointed about some of their not so great products that I've had so far. All right, Briana's choice. I just opened the bottle up here for my review in German, so we can still put the nice little cap on here. As I said, 219 euros is what I paid for this, including postage and VAT and all that to get this back to Germany. It's so sorry. I have a bottle share group I'm doing over here, so maybe if you're interested, contact me. I might be able to send it to you if you're in Europe. You can also have a sample of 5cl or 10cl sample if you want of this or any other of the Dingle products, Founding Fathers, that I have. Look, 8 Up, the old canon. You haven't seen anybody holding up 4 Founding Fathers at one time, have you? And unfortunately, my Mr. Whiskey bottle is already empty. Otherwise, I would be holding up 5 of these Founding Father bottles, which I've actually so far owned and shared with others. Do you see the smile on my face? This is Dingle. This is Dingle at its best. This is Dingle like I remember it from batch 1, just stronger and better. Oh, I didn't have all the batch strengths back then. There would always be like batch 1 release. There'd be like 3,000 at 46% and maybe 500 at batch strength only in Ireland. And I never got the chance to do those batch strengths. What a shame, what a shame. If anyone has any open bottles and want to share them with me so I could do a review about them at reasonable prices, contact me, WhiskyJason at gmail.com, and maybe we can get into a nice little agreement here. Swaps, whatever else you want, all right? This is just the Hawaiian Punch, and what's really, really interesting is the sherry. This is like a raspberry type of lip gloss. I don't even remember the girls in the 80s, at least I do, and you'd be at the roller skating rink, and you'd be able to kiss one of them, and afterwards you'd have the raspberry lip gloss, and that's exactly what I'm getting here, supporting that Hawaiian Punch taste. This is really nice. Maybe that's bringing back good memories from back then. Who knows? All right, 57.3%, Cilantro. Mmm, 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 mmm. That is a fabulous whiskey. Oh wow. Now, if I were tasting this blind, I'd go up to almost 18 years old. I have a Glenfiddich 18-year-old. If I pulled that out and I dilute this down to maybe like 46% and compare the two, I'd go, nah, maybe. It's got depth. It's got complexity. It's got a great flavor profile. It's even got transitions. So it comes in and then it goes to the berry part and then and then you got a little bit of the wood with even more of a raspberry type of moment. And the Hawaiian Punch kicks in and towards the end. There's no tannins whatsoever. It's not a woody type of estrogen moment. Estrogens. And what was really interesting is the alcohol. 57.3%, so smooth and creamy and nice. Just as comparison, just a couple other barrels. This was 768, this is 72. This is at 58.6, this is 57.3, so a little bit 1.3% more. And the first thing on the nose, I get the sherry syrup. I get artificial sherry syrup. I know the casks are seasoned, and the entire time I'm thinking this is maybe a bigger cask. This is a sherry cask. Maybe it's not the 500 liters with 316 bottles at 57%. Okay, you're going up to a hogshead at least, probably a 300 to 400 liter. A little bit angel shares would have been there in the last 6 years. So maybe it might have been a 300 liter, maybe 400, 500 liter cask. All right, so this is a fairly big one. Over here, I have the feeling it's like a 70 liter octave, and they really rushed that. And I really don't know what that CEDS means, but it has this is 98 of 305. So we have 316, we have 305 over here. Okay, over here we don't actually have the numbered bottles. Oh, what a shame. But I get a really artificial sherry note. Sherry, 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 no dingle. This could be a Michel Cuvert. So Michel Cuvert has in France, he buys spirit from the UK. It can be different types of distilleries and so on. And he has old sherry casks, even from the 19th century old. And he uses those barrels time and time again. It's down in a cave, and the walls are alive and so on. And that's a very, very strong, like the 1970 Macallan sherry casks moment over here. And I actually have here the, where was it? So I have a 25-year-old, very sherried Michel Cuvert from 1993 to 2019. 300 euros for a bottle. Now, if you want that, it's great, but it's not what I want in my Irish whiskies. You don't have any of the Dingle distillery character in here evident at all. So over here, we don't need water. What I did in my German video is I diluted it down to 40%, I diluted it down to 25%, and it still was such a very full forward Hawaiian Punch moment that was fantastic. Now, I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm going to do it a little bit because it was so nice actually at 40-some%. You love my scientific accuracy. Oh, nice. Mmm. 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 This is an A- Irish whiskey. Wow. Mmm. Think of the Irishman, 17-year-old. Think of this. Think of Redbreast, 21-year-old. That's the category we're in. This is fantastic, fantastic, fantastic whiskey. Very, very nice. Single cask, 316 bottles worldwide. Will you be able to find it? Probably not. If you can find it for a price around 200 euros, buy it. You will not regret it. Share it with friends and say, hey, this is actually a part of the history of the Irish whiskey industry. Or buy it and just put it on your shelf as an ornament, which I'm not a big fan of. I want whiskey to be drunk. You need to drink your whiskey, and that's what I think is what you should do. That's why I always open my bottles sooner or later, and I share them with friends, with my online friends and other people in the world, so that they can also have a taste of this magnificent whiskey. All right, value for money, as I said, more of a C- D+ type of thing. It's not worth it unless you are really, really one of these geeks that just love Dingle. All right, very nice. My question of the day is, what do you think about Dingle's future? What do you think about Graham Cole, Coull, coming from Glenmorangie and taking over? He's a high-profile master distiller. He made his way to Ireland into a tiny little, not craft, but almost craft distillery. I think that's a major step ahead for the Irish whiskey industry, as well as for Dingle. I'm looking forward to the good things in the future. I'm looking forward to visiting Graham, actually, and saying hi to him and the guys over there in Dingle and seeing what they're doing there. All right. All the best. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell others about this crazy guy in Europe tasting rare and exotic whiskeys, things you might not ever see. All the best. Bye-bye.